Well, hello everyone. It is Wednesday and it is time for our free card class. I'm so excited to be here today. We have a lot of stuff that we're doing. We're going to be making 4 beautiful cards. We're going to be focusing in on the Simply Zinnia stamp set and the dies. Here are the dies. They cut out these wonderful flowers. I love it. Simply beautiful. And then they have this awesome, really awesome embossing folder. This is so cool. So it embosses I don't know if you can see it or not, but it embosses these beautiful flowers. So we've used this, or we're going to use this today. So let's get started. Because we have 4 cards that we want to make, and they do take a little bit of time. So we are just going to chug right along here. So our first card that we're going to make is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. All right, so we are going to take our basic white, and let me find my bone folder here so we can fold that down. All right. So today there's some really exciting things going on at Stampin' Up. We just released our fall holiday catalog with all the new fall stuff. So there's some Christmas, there's fall. There's a lot of beautiful things in there. And they also, and I'm so excited, they're launching a brand new scrapbook line. So I think that is really awesome. All right. So we are going to take our lemon lime twist paper, and I had already embossed this out to save some time. So you can see the beautiful flowers. Let me put that up there. It's all nice and embossed. So we're just going to simply attach this together. So I like to use the Stampin' Seal. I think it brings a nice, it adheres nicely. And it's instantly dry. Now you could use either side of this paper. I don't think it really matters. So either bumps in or bumps out, doesn't matter. All right, so here we have this. Next, what we're going to do is attach this to our card base. I'm going to use some dimensionals. I'll just use up some of our little bits here. Now, I do believe that this Simply Zinnia set is an online exclusive. It is available, the stamps and the dies. The dies were on back order for a little bit, but they are finally in, which I'm happy about. So if at the end of this video you decide that you really like these cards and you want to make them exactly like I'm making them, you can get the card kit for free. It's a 4-card kit. It's exactly what we're making here. You simply just need to place an order at my Stampin' Up! Store, and I have the link attached in the description, of $35. And I will send this kit to you for free. So I think that's a pretty good deal. You get some product, and then you get to make some cards. All right, so we are going to stamp our sentiment right on here. And I'm going to use words fail to express my gratitude. All right, so let me grab the block. And then we're going to use our Smoky Slate ink. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. Share the video, share some love. All right, so I'm going to clean this off. Now you could use any sentiment that you would like. On my sample one, I used a different one, but you can make it however you would like. All right, so what I'm going to, let me close this before we have a mess of some sort. Grab my paper trimmer and we're going to trim this up just a tad. So I got this a little narrower. There we go. We'll take a little off the top. There we go. And we're just going to trim the edges. So I want to make it just a little smaller. Just going to cut that straight and cut the other side. Just like that. Get rid of these little bits, throw them in the garbage. And now let's assemble the rest of our card. All right, so we are going to put some dimensionals on the back of this flower. Now this flower was cut out from the beautiful cardstock, the designer series paper. The paper is just simply gorgeous. I love it. All right, so I hope you all stocked up on some of this paper when we had the 15% off designer series paper last month. All right, and I'm also going to use some of this really pretty iridescent nylon and polyester ribbon. It's very pretty. So I do have some already cut here, so we're just going to use this. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit and fold it in half. We'll trim our edge, and then we can always trim it down again because I think this might be a little too big. All right, but I am going to grab my, I don't have my plus, my Seal Plus. Oh, here it is. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of the plus on here, just like this. Now, the plus gives a stronger seal. It holds things down a little better. So I definitely don't want this to go anywhere. Just going to plop that down. Obviously, I got to trim this up a bit. But we will put our flower right in the center, just like that, and then I'll trim the edges. You want to cut it on an angle, just like that. All right, now we're simply going to take our sentiment, put some dimensionals on the back of that one. So we'll use up the little bits here on this paper. So I hope everyone had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. My Labor Day weekend was a work weekend. Myself and another demonstrator got together and we were collaborating what we're going to be putting together for the fall and holiday season. Came up with some classes and all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so we're going to be using these. These are the Blooming Pearls. Very pretty. Let me get my, take your pick tool. You could use any color you would like. I'm going to use the pink. I just think the pink, oh, that's sticking to me. It's just very pretty. There we go. And we'll do another one. Put that one down there. So here is our first card. As you can see, it was very quick, very easy, very simple. And here's the one that I had in my sample. Now I used some different gems. This was some sequins, but apparently now that sequence is retired. So I just swapped out the embellishments. Now, if you do place the order and you want to get the kit for free, I do have the sequence available. So I can include that in your kit as well. All right, so that's our first card. We're just going to put that right over there. All right, now we are going to be on to card number 2. This one is fun. We're going to be doing some little folding here. All right, so for the sake of time, I had already stamped out the zinnias. I colored them. I used, what did I use? I used the lemon lime twist. I used the light and the dark. So I took the dark and I just colored over the lines. So it's like Stampin' Up! Does all the legwork for you. So let me get my marker here, and I'll show you what I did. So I take the bullet end of the marker and I just go over where they have the lines. And this kind of gives it the texture. So we'll go over it again. Now this doesn't have to be precise. You can just add the extra color where you'd like it. And I think we're good. So with the flowers, I used Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, and then I used Lemon Lolly on the inside. So we're just going to set this aside. Now we're going to take our paper, and this is cut at 11 by 4 1/4. All we're going to do is fold this in half. Push that down. Then you're going to take your other half and fold that in half again. So you'll open it up, take your end and go to the fold. And then we'll push that down. All right, so then your card is going to sit just like this when it's finished. All right, so press that back down. Now I did cut out the designer series paper already, and I do have a tutorial so that you can get all the exact measurements, and that comes along with the free kit. So I'm going to put the Stampin' seal on here and we'll attach it to our card. Yeah, so we have a lot of fun stuff planned out. Let's see, let's put this one down here. A lot of fun stuff planned out for the next several months. Super excited about that. All right, and we'll glue this one down. So I do actually have an additional sale going on. It is called, oh, what do we call it? I am just like drawing a complete blank right now. It's basically a mystery box. You get a free mystery box of product in the mail when you place an order of a minimum of $50. So that is so easy to do, especially with a new catalog. And then I send you a bunch of free product in a box. It's new and some is gently used, but the majority of it is new, and you'll be getting that free in the mail from me. So that's pretty cool. All right, so I have the deckled rectangles, and we're going to be putting on some dimensionals, but we're only going to put the dimensionals on the bottom half because we want the top part of it to pop up. So break this in half. We'll put one here, and okay, that's empty. So let's go to this one. One down here. This is probably way more than I would normally use. Let's peel these off. We'll peel off the backing. Yeah, I got to see my grandbabies over the weekend. So excited about that. Grandbaby number 3 is on the way. Can't wait for that baby to be born. All right, so we're going to take this and simply center it. And then press down those dimensionals. So now when you open it, the center part here pops up. That's pretty neat, huh? All right, now we're going to take these beautiful flowers, put some dimensionals on there. And then when you open the card, that'll move along with the popping up portion. All right, so 1, 2, and maybe 3. Here we go. 3. All right, before we take that off the tape, we're going to grab some linen thread, And we're going to make a bow. I'm going to make a double bow. So you take your thread, you fold it in half. Let me cut that, and we'll cut that end. So you have 2 strands. I probably should have made it just a tad longer, but let's see what happens. So you make your loop. It's just like tying your shoes. Yeah, I have to go a little slow here. The nails kind of get in the way. I think the next time I have them, oh, yep, I got to get some longer thread. The next time I go to have them done, I'm going to have them a little shorter. All right, we're going to use a big Mambo long piece here so that it works a little better. All right. All right, so we got a bow, and then we'll straighten it out and trim it out. All right, so we'll take that, we'll trim the bottom just like that. These little pieces go in the garbage. Pull it down because we want the bow a little smaller. Yeah, see, I grabbed a little too much, but that's all right. That is okay. Trim. And we'll grab a mini glue dot. And we'll just put this right at the base of this flower. We'll take our bow and put that right there. There. Now we can add them on to our card. Yeah, when my puppy comes to visit me in the studio, he always walks out with all these little pieces of paper all over him. All right, so we're just going to put this right in the center, just like that. We'll grab some more of these pearls. And where did I put my take your pick tool? Oh, here it is. So I think we'll use the greenish looking ones. We'll mix things up a little. One up there. We'll do one here, and we'll do a bigger one here, just like that. Pretty neato. All right, we're going to do some stamping. So we are going to use the same stamp we used on the other card. Probably could have just left it on here. And we will use this. We will use black this time. This is our tuxedo black. Juice that up. Now I just juiced up my pad, so hopefully this doesn't get too gloppy. Just like that. Beautiful. Perfect. Sometimes if you overjuice them, you tend to get the ink like all in the little crevices that you don't want it to go. We're just going to leave this on here because we may need it again. All right. Grab some dimensionals. We'll put them on the back. And this is what is going to hold our little flap up when the card is opened. Get down there. All right, so we'll open this and we'll put this here right at the bottom. Now you could go ahead and take some of that beautiful designer series paper and add some paper on the inside. You can stamp in here, you can do whatever you'd like. But here is how your card goes. Here's card number 2. Isn't that pretty? So here's the one that we just made. And here's the one I made as my sample. So here I have those little sequins that apparently are now retired, as well as this, the scalloped contour. I loved those dies, but I just swapped it out, and now we have the deckled rectangles. So I think these cards are simply beautiful. All right, Card number 3, we're going to have a little fun with. I'm going to show you how to emboss. All right, so we are going to take our Highland Heather. So I have Highland Heather, I have Blackberry Bliss Basic White, and this is the Designer Series paper, the Simply Zinnia Designer Series paper. All right, so what we are going to do is fold this in half, just like that. Crease the edge. All right, let's do our embossing first. We'll just move everything on the side. So let me pull out the embossing kit. So you can order the kit. The kit includes this little, I think it's got like powder in it. And this you take and you just rub. It kind of gets rid of the static so that the powder doesn't stick where it shouldn't. Okay, this is the Versamark ink refill. If you're going to get the Versamark pad, I suggest getting the refill right away. All right, so put that on the side. So your kit comes with a little bag. It comes with a little brush, and it also comes with these little tweezers. All right, so let's stamp our sentiment. And our sentiment is going to be sending flowers and thinking of you. All right, so get that ready right there. And I just juiced this up as well, so hopefully it doesn't get too gloppy. All right, let's move that. Center this. Right at the bottom. I hope I didn't smudge it. Oh, I hope I didn't smudge it. All right. Then what I do, and some people do it all different, I lay my card here. I take the embossing powder and I just sprinkle over the top. That's all. You can dump it back in, and I'll show you how you do that with this awesome little tray. All right, so just kind of pick it up and slide it around. Whoop. All right, then you take the little brush and you just brush away where you don't want any of the embossing powder to stick. Come on, get off of there. There we go. Now, before you use the heat gun, move your tray. Otherwise, you are going to have one hot mess. Close this up. So after we heat emboss, I will show you how to put the stuff back into the little container. All right. Use your tweezers. Grab here. I have my heat tool. It's going to get a little loud, so just bear with me. It just lasts a couple seconds. We're going to heat this up, and you should be able to see it changing. There we go. You see it changing? Awesome. Up there. Make sure we got it all. I got a little sloppy there, but that's all right. All right. So move this, put that down there so it doesn't catch fire. We'll let this cool down. But while that's doing that, I'll show you how with this fancy little tray. So you just open up your powder. Super simple. You open up the little end here. Just a little twisty twist. And dump. So I get the majority of it in there. And then I usually take my little brush. Sometimes people just say, forget it. And they just blow in it and it goes everywhere. You do you. If you want to be all glittery and sparkly, go for it. Everybody needs a little sparkle. All right, so there's that. We put the cover back on. Everything stays in its place, so put the lid back on. And then our other part should be all cooled down. Put that back. I just keep everything together. And we want the Versamark. I store it upside down, and I keep my refill. And this just goes away in a drawer. Easy peasy. All right. So now here we have this. Let's assemble the rest of it. All right. What we're going to do is on our scrap paper, we are going to do some stamping and stamping on our label. So I need to stamp this beautiful flower. So we will get a block. And we're going to stamp this in black, in our tuxedo black. So I hope you like these cards. If you by chance like the cards, but you don't have the stamp set and you don't want to buy the stamp set, no worries. Just use what you have. Yeah, so we have that. So let me clean this off. There we go. And now we need to stamp our leaves. Grab another block. And our leaves are actually going to go on our label. And the label is going to go right here in the center. So and we're going to color this. So we're just going to juice this up. You could use any kind of label you want. And this will go just right about here. And clean this off. There we go. Let me cover this because I know I'll end up wearing black. All right, so let's do a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to take the dark lemon lime twist, and I'm going to also use the, this is Granny Apple. I want, here it is. Here's the light. So I like to do light, dark, and then if I need to, go over it again with the light. So we're just going to color this in. It's okay to turn your paper. And when you're coloring with the brush tip, you don't want to scribble back and forth because you're going to tear up the tip. So go one direction. If you want to come back the other direction, that's fine, but lift and then go back. So you don't want a torn up tip. There we go. There's that. All right, now I'm going to take the harder tip, the bullet tip. I don't know if that's the technical term, but that's what I call it. We're just going to go over those black lines. Just like that. If you want, when it dries, you can go over it again. If you keep going over and over and over and over, it's going to jazz up your paper. So you don't want to do that. All right, so I'm going to take some dark melon mambo. And we'll use the light melon mambo. And what else can we use? We will use, what is this one? This one is light lemon lolly. Do I have the dark? Yes, I want the dark. And then we got the green. I don't need the green on the flower, but I do need the pumpkin. Okay. So the pumpkin, I'm going to use the bullet part. I'm just going to color right here in the center. You can color your zinnias any color you want. So I planted a bunch of zinnias in my garden, and with the crazy weather that we've had, they finally started blooming. Of course, it's the end of summer. We've already had our, what do they call it? The meteor, whatever, logical fall. So at least I had them beautiful for a little while. Okay, so I'm going to take the light and the brush tip, just going to go around the edges, going to outline it first. And just go nice and slow, there's no race. And we'll turn it. Yeah, if I go too fast, I don't color in the lines. Turn your paper. Let's get these down here. And then once you have your border, then I will go in and it will go a little faster. All right, so now I'm just going to start at the top and swoosh down. Just swooshing. Going in one direction. I'm not scribbling back and forth. I love these blends. I think these are just amazing. Now I don't need to color the whole thing all the way because I'm going to use another color. There, and see, you don't even really see where I did the outline. All right, so I'm going to take the dark. I'm going to start with the brush tip. And I'm going to go out, out, just like that. And it will all blend in. That is the beauty of these markers. Just go out. So you don't have to be like a skilled painter or anything. Just going to go out. Okay, then I'm going to come back and just hit up some of these little lines that are on the edge. You don't have to hit them all. Just like that. And then how I mentioned, I take the light, the dark, and now I'm going to go light again, just to kind of blend everything together. You can color how you want. This is just how I do it. So you get different layers of color. All right. So then I want to die cut this out. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy little cutter here, my Stampin' emboss machine. All right, now the dies will normally come in an envelope with the tag, with the label. I like to put them in a CD case with a magnet. So I went on Amazon and I bought a magnet that fit the inside of this. I didn't have to do any cutting or trimming, just measure what this is, Amazon it. It's a great price. Then I take my die and I line it up. So something like this, I look for something that stands out, and I kind of look for that on here. So here there's it's thicker bumps. So I'm going to look for thicker bumps on my die. So here are the thicker bumps. You just look for whatever works for you. So we're just going to line that up. And I want to get a sticky note. So I use little Post-it notes. You can use any kind of thing that you want. So this is going to slide right in here. Let's undo this. So then you take your paper, you put it on, you have your plate 1, here's plate 2, you put your paper down, and you put the other plate 2 right on top, and you just push it on through. Just like that. And we are done with that. So if your Post-it notes or sticky notes or whatever are too sticky, you can always put them on your skin, or you can tap them on your shirt to make them a little less sticky. All right, so I'll put that there. Take our plates. All right, so let us put some of this together. So isn't that pretty? That turned out so nice. All right, so back to assembling. So we're going to take our label. We have our little flower. We're going to put dimensionals on the back. And I put them where? Here we go. All right, so we are going to take some dimensionals. 1, 2, and we'll do 3. Why not? Take these little tabbies off. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also have a Facebook page, business page, called Loved by Him Designs. I would love for you to check that out. Be sure to like, share, and love it. All right, so then what we're going to do is we're going to take that same ribbon, okay? I still have some ribbon here. Now, I want to make a small bow. Now, this is just simply too wide for what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fold it in half, and I'm going to cut. So I could probably fold it in half again. Let's give that a try. So it might go a little faster. Whether this works or not, I don't know. We shall see. All right, so you're going to line them up just like that. And we're going to cut. You're just going to cut it in half. Okay, now we're going to move it down. Cut, cut, cut. Perfect. And then we'll cut it there. All right, so this cut, all I did was cut it in half. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be in a bow. All right, so you're just going to tie it like you would tie your shoes. Maybe. All right, wrap it around and push it through. Some people do the bunny ears. There we go. Now we're just going to play with it until we get it to where we want it. There we go. Now you're going to have some fraying, but that's okay because then you can just take your scissors and trim it up. So I love the ribbon. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but I want it to be a little thinner. So here you can see it on this paper a little better. Because if I were to use the full width of it, it would just be too big and too bulky. So here I'll show you. I'll make a bow out of this. Come on. Oh, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? All right. There we go. So although this is beautiful, it makes it hard to make a small bow. So I'm going to be using the smaller one. So let's put this all together. All right. So I have some of the designer series paper, and we're going to attach this to, to the center of our card. I just dropped my linen thread. All right. I like the checks. I think they're fun. And again, all the dimensionals are included in the tutorial with the free class. Why not get a free class? I mean, even if you're not ordering this set and you're taking advantage of the scrapbooking or you're taking advantage of the new catalog, why not get something for free? And I'd love for you to order it through me. That would be fabulous. And I would really, really, really appreciate it. All right. So let's put a mini glue dot right there. And we're going to take our bow and put it right there. Isn't that cute? Let's put some dimensionals on the back of this and attach it. We'll do 1, 2, and 3. You could do one in each corner. You do you, whatever makes you happy. All right, and let's put this right in the center. This is all coming together now. Look at that. All right, we're going to glue this flat. Probably would have wanted to do this part before adding that center. Make sure our card opens the right direction. It's right in the center. Beautiful. Oh, that's a little crooked. Let's just try to move that over a tad. That works. All right, so let's add some of our pearls. What color should we use this time? You know what? We used that. We have pink flowers. You know what? Let's go with the gold. We'll mix things up a little. We got a big one. Here's a little. And let's stick a big one right here on the label. So here is our third card. Isn't that pretty? And here is the sample card. All right, those turned out really cute. All right, so on to our final card in our free card class. I hope you are enjoying these. This is just such a bright, cheerful card. So we have some Melon Mambo paper. We have our Simply Zinnia designer series, or Flowering Zinnias designer series paper. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. All right, we're going to fold this in half. Let's fold this baby. All right, now we are going to take some basic white and we're just going to attach these together. Easy peasy. And in the center to hold it down. And there we go. Take this, add some dimensionals. So you can take the simplest of designer series paper and create just a very simple, sweet card. You don't need all the fancy bells and whistles. You can just simply use what you have. Use some beautiful paper. And just cut some things up and put them on some cardstock and away you go. All right, so we're just going to make sure this opens the right way. And we'll put this right in the center. So isn't that beautiful? Just as it is. All right, we're going to stamp our sentiment. We are going to use "Thank you so much." Grab our block. Oh, probably want to straighten that out a little bit. And we will use some Melon Mambo ink. This coordinates with the paper. Excuse me. So I love that Stampin' Up! Has coordinating paper, designer series paper, stamp pads, markers, ribbon. I love it. So open this up, juice this up, and we will stamp right here on the bottom. Beautiful. And we're going to trim that down. Let me close this up. And let's get our paper trimmer again. And we're just going to trim this up. Now you could use scissors if you wanted to. I can't cut a straight line if my life depended on it. So I'm going to use the handy dandy trimmer. Why not? Right? All right. So there's that. I don't need that piece. That can go in the garbage. See, even the shortest of line, it's like, oh, see, I can't even cut straight either. Good night. All right. Let's go from the other direction. There we go. All better. All right, we'll shorten this up just a tad. And then we will take our scissors and we will make it into a banner. So when I do a banner, I start at the center, a little snip, so I know where to go to. Now, instead of going at the corner, I go in from the corner, and then I get the angle that I want. So it doesn't have to be a super sharp angle. So I'm going in from the corner, line up my paper snips to where I want it to finish. There we go. And pull. Now, when you pull, you might have to clean up that inside a bit. But that wasn't so bad. All right, so we'll take this and throw this stuff in the garbage. And let's finish up our card. All right, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Gotta love dimensionals. Do 1 and 2. Get the little tape backs off. Please like, love, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Be sure to check out my Facebook page. And also, if there's anything that you ever need to order, please feel free to order it through me if you would like. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments, and I will be sure to get back to you. Just going to tie a bow. Isn't that pretty? Make it a little smaller, just like that. We'll nip the edges, trim that off. Now this is our Pretty in Pink. This is a bordered ribbon. So when you look at it, it looks like it has stitching on the top here and at the bottom. It's reversible, so either side is good. All right, so let's add our bow. I'm going to use our mini glue dots. And let's see here, I'll put that on the back. Oh, still some stuck to my finger. I'll put that just right on the edge. So I'm going to grab another one here. It's a thicker bow. I think a lot of them stuck to my fingers. Oh, scooch off there. Come on. There we go. So there's that. And now we'll grab some of these. Now I wonder, because I know you can color some of the other ones. Let's see if we can make these a little darker. So we're going to take our blend and we're just going to color over, because I want a little darker. I don't want the bright pink. We'll do that. So let that dry. I should have thought about that before so I'd have time to dry. All right, so I'm going to use my scissors this time so it doesn't take off the ink. So I'll put one here. There we go. So normally, had I thought of this earlier, I would have colored this first so that they could have a chance to dry. There we go. I'll use this one. Put that one there. All right. So here is card number 4. And here's my sample. All right, so let me pull out all the cards. So we made this one and this one. That was the sample. We made this one that pops up. How cool is that? And then we made this one. So these are the 4 cards that we made. I hope you enjoyed them. Oh, I got the sunlight coming in from my window. All right, so I hope you enjoyed these. If you would like to get this kit for free, simply place an order at my store. I have the link in the description, and I will be sure to send out a kit for you. It's going to be a 4-card kit. You're going to get to make one of each of these. So you'll get the ribbon, you'll get all the paper, you'll get the embossed piece of paper. I will do that for you. The designer paper, you'll get the embellishments. So you'll get everything here except the stamp set. So, all right. Well, that is all I have for you lovelies right now. I will be back next week with another beautiful card set. I think I'm going to focus on some gratitude next week. So that is all I have. Thank you so much. God bless. And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.